After the All-Star break is when you start to really widen your eyes a little bit to the product. That's how it is for me, at least. I can't speak for you.
I know. I like watching it when it's on.
Yeah, I'll watch it for sure. But do I take the first month of the season seriously? Not really.
Yeah. You ever been to a spring training game?
No, I haven't. I haven't had the pleasure. I'd totally go. I mean, it's baseball. They make the daiquiri crowd jokes about me, but yeah, no, I'd love that.
Oh, I should have put that in there.
Daiquiris?
Yeah.
That would have been good.
You would have had that probably ahead of an octopus.
No, I would not have. That would have been above Mason, though. Son of G also texted me saying I'm off the show now because I put Mason at 2.
Oh. I get it. All right, 97.1.
Enjoy even more before you spin with Caesars Palace Online Casino. Download today and register with code RADIOLAUNCH. $10 no deposit casino bonus on select slot games. One-time wagering requirement plus 100% deposit match up to $1,000 on select slot games. 15 times wagering requirement plus 2,500 bonus rewards credits. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Michigan. Minimum wagering within 7 days required to unlock bonuses. Full terms and wagering requirements at CaesarsPalaceOnline.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call the Michigan Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-270-7117.
We can't see tomorrow, but we can hear it. And it sounds like peace of mind, knowing our lakes will be better protected by placing Line 5 in the Great Lakes Tunnel. And that we've added extra safety measures while we work to build it, because we're committed to keeping the Great Lakes safe for generations to come. Tomorrow is on. Visit enbridge.com/line5 for more information. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
Come on. No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up. I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid. Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
The crushing industrial platinum of Filter. Friday, March 27th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort with special guests Finger 11 and Local Age. Tickets start at $43 and on sale now at the box office and etix.com. Showtime 7:30. Filter with Finger 11 and Local Age. March 27th at Soaring Eagle Casino. SoaringEagleCasino.com.
When the time comes to make your relationship official, Hogan's Diamond Jewelers is Northern Michigan's jewelry store. This is Erin Martins. Want to know about our credentials? While many stores come and go, Hogan's has been right here in downtown Gaylord for nearly 68 years. It's hard to say how many couples have begun their trip down the aisle of togetherness here at our store. Whether it's a guy looking for an engagement ring to present as he pops the question, or a couple who are pretty far along in their relationship coming in together to find the ring to seal the deal. You get the attention you deserve. If you need evidence of their satisfaction with Hogan's service, look at how often they come back for a ring to commemorate a meaningful anniversary or when it's time to renew their vows. Our bridal couples send their friends here too. We take time to talk to you, and more importantly, we listen to what you have to say, one couple at a time. It's how we've done it for going on 7 decades. We're on Main Street, M32 in downtown Gaylord at Hogan's Diamond Jewelers.
They say laughter's the best medicine, so skip the doctor's office and come to Bay Mills Resort and Casino instead. Join us for Comedy Club every Friday through April 24th. Different comics and still $5. Grab your friends, grab your seats, and get ready to howl. Doors open up at 7:30, show starts at 8. Bay Mills Resort and Casino, Comedy Club, Fridays, $5. You can't even buy a fancy copy for that. Like us on Facebook or visit baymillscasinos.com for more information.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network. Powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude. 101.1 WGRY.
It's time for the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show on Up North Sports Radio with your host, Rich Calkins.
It is time for the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show. We are brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet and GMC in Gaylord, dedicated to providing the best customer service and the best offers. Jim Wernig Chevrolet.com. Rich Calkins and Jerry Coyne will be joining us momentarily in the studio today. And on today's show, we're going to start off by talking to Tim Resnich, the head coach of the Frankfort Panthers.
Good morning, Rich.
Good morning, JC.
Nothing good about it, really.
Yeah, okay. But
my Warriors went down.
Oh,
at the
they
buzzer.
did. Epic battle.
Yeah,
really was.
Great game, Brother Rice and East Lansing. Lansing is going to play Rockford in what should be a classic basketball game. What a rock fight!
That was I was going to say
Jesus.
Rockford in a rock fight because that you do not expect that in a boys semi 38-35. Yeah, that was unbelievable there for sure.
I mean, kudos to Avondale for playing some great defense.
Absolutely. Yeah, you hold Rockford to 38 points. You're doing something right.
Yeah, they were averaging close to 72 or 73 points a game. So
it'll be a rematch of a game earlier this year with East Lansing and Rockford there for sure. Yeah, that's going to be a classic battle there for sure.
Yeah, watching Tolbert hit the three-pointer, it gave me a little chill. So, but good for him.
Yes.
I mean, Mr. Basketball.
Right. Just like his dad.
As advertised.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Is he going to state?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know where he's going, to be honest with you.
I've been reading a little bit about him recently, and I don't know if he's declared for any place.
Yeah, maybe.
Usually they say, when you talk about somebody in high school.
Attending this place. Yes,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
So,
but
no, that's.
How did Frankfurt do?
Well, remember,
they
did. They played the other night, beat St. Mary's, and so Tim is awaiting our call, so that we will get a hold of him and we'll talk about the two games that they played this past week, because they had a battle, of course, against Mayo in the semifinal game, which means they had to take on Mia McGregor. And boy, I tell you what, I took my daughter Grace to those games, and she had never seen someone shoot from 40 feet away, and Mia McGregor did just that. And she didn't shoot for a big percentage, that's for sure, because she really is a one-person band on that team. And we will talk to Tim Resnich again about that kind of defense that he had set up for her. I really thought it was did an amazing job with that. And and again, Frankfurt. And
all right.
Here we go. Tim Resnich from the Frankfurt Panthers. And Tim, congratulations on two big semifinal win and a final win in the regional. But before we get to all of that good stuff, we need to talk about what you guys did against Mayo and how you were able to stop Mia McGregor.
Okay, Rich, but hold on one second.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rich. Happy birthday to you.
Well, all right. Hey, that was very nice, Tim.
Hey, shooting progression is 20 square up finishes.
Okay.
Hey, Rich.
Hey,
right, man.
That was very nice. Thank you. I appreciate it.
What are you, 81 now?
81, yeah.
Good.
Going on
you
140.
get off easy, did you, Rich?
Yeah, no, did not expect that. That was very nice there.
That's great. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a nice surprise for sure.
Very good.
So, hey, I mean, Tim, I really, really like the defense you had for Mia McGregor on, the Tuesday or the Monday night game it was, I believe, and how you doubled as soon as she came over half court. You had two girls attacking her and trying to get her to a sideline and using that as a third defender, and you guys were super physical with her as well.
Yeah, I definitely think we had an advantage because we've seen her a couple of times, and it's my same girls. We really did the same defensive scheme for all three of those games, but we're faster and stronger than we have been, and so it was even more effective this time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you held that team to 34 points. You guys scored 65, but, it's one of those games, Tim, that you know that it's never safe, and we've talked about this a lot, where the three-point shot, and especially the way Mia shoots them, there's almost 3.5 points because of how far her range is just incredible.
I love, getting the kids that don't see the court as much opportunities.
Yes.
Especially in the tournament, those young kids.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to have gotten my young kids in that one, but just like you said, it's terrifying playing her because she could have 20 in 50 seconds, if she gets the ball in her hands. And that's just what a great player she is.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Tim. I mean, it just, but again, I really credit the defense that you held her under 30 points and what she averages 40. So, I mean, holy cow, anytime you hold a great player to 10 plus points lower than their average, you're doing something right.
Right. Yeah. These kids, these last couple of games, I can't remember a team that followed the game plan more closely. We didn't want her to beat us on her penetration. She's so good at it, so good getting to the free throw line. If she was going to beat us from 25 feet and out, well, what are we going to do? But the girls just did an outstanding job. They really, really worked hard.
Yep, and then we'll get now the regional final game, a totally different matchup now against Gaylord St. Mary's, a team that's small but super quick, super fast. You knew you were going to get that full court press, but you guys were ready for it, and you guys just did a tremendous job getting that 12-point victory.
Yeah, what a great team that is, and we have all the respect in the world for Coach Schultz and those girls. Those girls play so hard every minute, and so nothing's ever safe with them either. But I think in the end we tired them out a little bit, and we're able to finish strong in that fourth quarter. But again, the girls followed our game plan. We wanted to be careful with the ball. We wanted to make them work in the half court, and we were successful.
Yeah. Tim, you called a couple of timeouts. It was tied going in for everyone out there. It was a back-and-forth game. You guys would lead. They would lead. For going into the fourth quarter, it's tied up, and you guys end up with that 12-point win. There were a couple of timeouts that you called. What were you talking to your team about in that fourth quarter when you guys were trying to get that lead?
Well, all right, so these girls work so hard, and they never say anything. And so a lot of times I'll use a timeout just to give them a minute break, and we'll talk during it. We'll tell them what we want offensively, what we need to focus on defensively. But for the most part, a lot of those, I just want them to get just that 60-second rest so they can get out on the floor and crank it up again.
Yeah, it was impressive. Tim, a couple of players, your whole team really stood out, but Addie Jarose and then Riley Levac, the sophomore, both of those players had monster games.
They're just so focused right now, and Riley's job is to go out and score, and she does such a great job, and it comes natural for her. Addie does everything, and, man, she has really turned it on. She's been a great player for me for 4 years now. But right now, she's as focused as she's ever been. There seems to be a sense of urgency. And, boy, has she cranked it up. And like I said, she does everything. She handles the ball. She rebounds. She's, one of our top defenders, always has the toughest challenge on the court. We just expect her to do everything, and she comes through.
Yeah, she sure does. And Tim, obviously the quarterfinal against Onekama, a team you're very familiar with. They're in your conference. I mean, unfortunately, the Northwest Conference was represented really well throughout the playoffs. Unfortunately, there's going to be one of them going home after the game. Now, I see that game did get moved to Cadillac.
It did. It was, and I would have been fine going to Houghton Lake, home turf. But it does make sense. They're just 12 miles down the road, and so. Yes. But I was hoping they wouldn't move it to anywhere too close. So Cadillac's a good alternative. We'll still get a good crowd, but it's
a funky gym.
A neutral court, right. And I love that gym. So they always do a great job hosting.
Okay. Yeah, Tim, I mean, just like you said, you guys have played in every gym pretty much throughout northern Michigan. So with your years, I asked you last week about how many district crowns you had, and that was your 17th. How many regional crowns does that make?
That makes number 8.
8.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so heading to the quarterfinals for the 8th time. Again, 2 state championships and, just done a tremendous job. So with Onekama, you had 2 really close games with them throughout the season, both wins. What are you expecting from this team?
Oh, those girls, they're very good. They're similar to
Gaylord.
Yeah. St. Mary's, yeah. Similar to St. Mary's. They're smaller, super scrappy, really tough kids, quick. They go to the hole hard. They have a couple of shooters. We're going to have to be on our toes. We always treat that regular season like practice, and we get better, as the season goes on. But they haven't seen our best yet. Now that we're in the playoffs, we're hitting our stride, or in the tournament, we're hitting our stride. And, we're going to play our hardest. I know they are, too. It's going to be a great battle.
Yeah, it's got to be just a touch weary, Coach, beating them twice, playing them a third time. There's not going to be any secrets. It's really going to be about effort and who's got a little better shooting touch, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what it comes down to. But at the same time, we've been in this situation before, with teams that we've beat a couple times, and so really there is a little bit. I mean, there's some stuff that they haven't seen from us yet, and as I said, they haven't seen us at our best yet. So, I know it's going to be a battle. Those girls will not quit until the buzzer goes off, whichever way it is, and. It's going to be a fun game to be a part of.
Yeah, Tim. Hoping that you guys can get past Onekama again and get back down to the Breslin Center, where the res zone is brought up each time you guys make it down there. I absolutely love that. So that's really cool. That of course the Panthers fans have adopted that the is zone and they've turned it to the res zone. So that's really cool.
Yeah, there's something else. I love these guys. They're pretty creative. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, and it was impressive in Johannesburg, both games, that the number of Frankfurt Panther fans that made the 2.5-hour journey over to Joburg and watch this team. You really have a great following.
There's no question. Great fans. They're very dedicated. They absolutely love these girls, and the girls have earned it. They've earned their support and their respect. So it's just great to see both ways. But we really appreciate all those fans that made that trip.
Yeah, especially sitting in St. Mary's backyard.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, because they brought obviously a lot of people just a few miles down the road there, down 32.
Yeah, stop beating St. Mary's, Coach. It's really getting annoying for me.
Yeah, Jerry's son went to St. Mary's, so there's
plus Frankfurt eliminated them in the football playoffs in Joe's junior year. So,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, well, you got a great thing rolling, Tim, and keep it going, buddy. And we'll see you on St. Patrick's Day down in Cadillac.
Perfect. You said you're bringing the corned beef, right?
Yeah, corned beef and cabbage. You bet, buddy. It will travel.
Very good.
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Tim Resnich of the Frankfurt Panthers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like, in my memory, that's like the fourth time that Frankfurt has eliminated St. Mary's girls.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
So
I was at the Kalkaska one just 3 years ago when Coach Schultzen had a good young team then. And so, yeah, it's they just play. It's always a great matchup every time that they meet, for sure. And speaking of Coach Schultz, we will talk to him next and get his thoughts on the game and his team. And, it's too bad there was a good team that was going to go home. And unfortunately,
when you get to this stage of the game, that's what happens.
Yes, that's for sure.
We'll talk about the whole bracket on the boys' side. There was a lot of nip and tuck games.
Oh, yes.
It's just a fun time of year.
It is. It's crazy.
And I told you UCLA would beat Michigan State.
You did.
Yeah.
And they did. They pulled it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good win. So when we come back, Pat Schultz from Gaylord St. Mary's will join us. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick GMC in Gaylord.
Just like Northern Michigan High School athletes, Saab relies on trust, drive, and expertise. Those are the values it takes to have a winning season, and the same values that power Saab's mission, keeping people and society safe. Hi, I'm David Howie, Project Manager for Saab in Northern Michigan. Saab is dedicated to being a responsible neighbor, a reliable employer, a steward of the environment, and a proud supporter of Northern Michigan High School athletics. Saab in Northern Michigan.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contests are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
Looking for a meaningful way to give back? NEMSCA proudly sponsors the AmeriCorps Senior Volunteer Programs. Adults 55 and older help students achieve success in classrooms, provide friendship and companionship, and make a difference by supporting community partners. You can even receive a stipend and mileage reimbursement for volunteering. Call 877-222-9043 or visit nemcsa.org and click Want to Volunteer under the Services tab to learn more today. nemcsa.org.
Right now, Sunburst Marine is taking pre-orders for the 2026 Avalon Pontoon line. Sunburst Marine has sold out of its allotment every year, so now is the time to make sure you get your Avalon Pontoon exactly the way you want it. Suzuki Outboard has a huge discount when you replace your 2-stroke and repower with the Suzuki 4-stroke. See Sunburst Marine for details by calling 989-731-5491 or visit sunburstmarine.com. For over 30 years, Sunburst Marine has been servicing, storing, and shrink-wrapping your boats.
The Kalkaska Kings bring professional hockey to your own backyard. All the hockey excitement, skating, the goals, and the hits for a fraction of the price of the NHL. At the nearby Kalkaska Coliseum, just $10 or $5 for seniors and students. The Kalkaska Kings are leading the league, so cheer them on this winter at the cozy Coliseum. Check out the Kalkaska Kings on Facebook for the schedule, scores, and stats. See you rinkside at the Coliseum for Kalkaska Kings action.
If adventure is calling, you might want to answer in a new Chevy. Right now at Jim Wernick Chevrolet, get a 2026 Chevrolet Equinox EV for as little as $27,604, an all-electric SUV with impressive range. If you want to leave the pavement behind, check out the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 regular cab work truck, starting at $45,673. Already upgraded with features ready for your next off-road escape. Stop by Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord or online at ChevyCentral.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. See dealer for all details.
Your Gardner White Furniture Store on M33 in Gaylord is powering up WGRY, your FM home of the Pistons, the Wings, the Tigers, and U of M Sports, plus 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network. This is Up North Sports Radio.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins and Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And joining us now is the head coach of the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds, Pat Schultz. And Pat, before we get to that Frankfurt game in the finals, I need to talk about that Buckley game in the semifinal game that you had. And Coach, I tell you, I think they had to replace the nets after that game because literally you guys were on fire from three.
Yeah, that was one of our. I mean, we've had a couple like that during the year. Not too many, but we had a couple like that, and that was I mean, everything looks good when shots are falling, and the girls. I don't know what they hit, 9 or 10 of them in the first half.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a pretty good start to a game.
Yeah, no question about it, Coach. And, of course, you were able to ride that out to that 66-43 win. And just everything was working well for you. You know, you guys played well defensively, I thought. And, again, when you're making those threes, it can cover up so many things.
Oh, yeah. That I mean, for sure. When the ball's dropping, everything, you feel like you're doing everything right on both sides of the ball. But, you know, it was a good night. I mean, the girls, they worked really hard that night, and things kind of went their way, so I was happy for them.
Sure. And then, Coach, in that Frankfurt, in that regional final game, I mean, what a classic girls matchup that was, tied up going into the fourth quarter, and then just Frankfurt was able to outscore you in the fourth and win that 56-44.
Yeah, that was kind of a game of runs. They made one, we made one, and that's kind of the way the whole thing went, the whole game. And, you know, they, unfortunately for us, they had the last run. But Coach Tim does a great job with them. Those girls, they keep it simple, and they work real hard, and they do things exactly the way he wants to do it. And they deserve to win that game. They had a better night that night. They got to what they wanted to get to, and we couldn't quite get to what we wanted to get to.
Right. Yeah, Coach, I would take that again. That from a fan standpoint, Coach. That game was really a good game, and your girls played so hard. I mean, they always do, but man, that just really was a really good girls basketball game.
Yeah, it felt good in the moment. You know, like from where I was, it was, you know, the game kind of went really fast. But, I mean, it felt like it was a good game. It felt like we had some good runs. It felt like we did some things right. And then wasn't really happy with the way we played our full-court defense. I wasn't happy with some of our switches and some of our backside coverage and our rotations. But, you know, credit to them. They seemed to be the fresher team that night. We were uncharacteristically tired. It seemed like every timeout we called or every dead ball, I was looking at a group of girls in the court that were real tired, and I wasn't 100% sure why, but they were much more physical than a lot of the teams we play. So I felt if we dropped off and went to the half court, they were kind of have their way with us. So I kind of felt we had to kind of keep that full court thing going. But right. They, like I said, they did exactly what they needed to do to win, and hats off to them. I hope they have a good long run.
Yeah, and Coach, it was one of those things where the game was originally scheduled to be played Wednesday night, and I talked to Coach Rez, and he said his team was really tired Wednesday, and so that he actually was kind of thankful for that extra day of rest. And so you never know how that's going to go, how the kids are going to react, if they're going to be fresher or play better or whatever. But, you know, one thing we can't control here in Northern Michigan is the weather.
Yeah, it was been a crazy couple days of weather. I was actually kind of hoping we would have it on a Wednesday night, because Thursday morning at 7 a.m. I was in the hospital having kidney stone surgery.
Oh,
so I was kind of hoping we would have had that game over with the night before, win or lose, just so I could have the next day to do my thing. But that's not how it worked out. So I was down in Grayling having a couple stones blasted at 7 a.m. and back on the sideline at 5 or whatever time. So it's just the way it worked out. Just one of those things.
Yeah, wow, Coach. That says a lot about you, just, you know, being able to take care of that and then be right out on the court that night.
Well, my girls have bled for me for that group for the last 4 years, so I figured that was the least I could do for them.
Yeah, Coach, talk about that for a minute. I know you're losing some great young ladies, and that's always tough.
Yeah, I mean, so we have 4 seniors, and you know, they've been with me like through summer camps. They've been with me since they're going into their 8th grade, but you know, on varsity they've all been with me since their sophomore year. Kaylee's been with me since her 8th grade year.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good group of kids. I mean, they and you know, St. Mary's, what we deal with numbers and not always having, you know, the greatest pool of people to draw from. Talent-wise, those girls did exactly what they needed to do for the last, one of them was 5 years and the other ones were 4 years to get better. I mean, they committed themselves to, I don't want to say year-round, but it was damn near year-round. I mean, we do what we can do and with conditioning and weight room stuff, and then getting the girls into for some individual workouts. I mean, they gave themselves to me for 4 years, so I have absolutely, I wish I could have done more for them. I wish I could have taken them a little bit further. I kind of felt this year was the year that we could have maybe moved this thing a little bit further, but, we just didn't have, it just wasn't our night the other night. But, I mean, it didn't have anything to do with what those kids put into basketball for me for the last 3 or 4 years prior to that. I mean, they just flat out worked their tails off and did what you asked them to do. It wasn't always pretty, but like you said, if nothing else, the effort was always there. I mean, they are just a hard working group of kids.
Any of those young ladies going to try to play moving forward, Coach?
Well, I think 3 of the 4 over the course of this year have had some colleges talking to them, but 2 of them are going to move on and go down to GRCC and play. Peyton and Kaylee are going to go down to where my daughter Ava played.
Right.
I know that coach pretty well, and Dave's a real good guy and a real good coach and has a nice program, and those 2 are real excited to get down there and kind of start the next phase of their basketball lives. I know Kaylee wants to go into nursing, and GRCC is kind of strong in that, so she's excited about that. I think Peyton wants to ultimately end up with physical therapy as an emphasis, so she's going to get a good start with that there as well. So, they'll both, I hope that Dave, I hope they're prepared for what Dave wants them to do. I know Coach Dave, and I know what they do. I think I've given them a good start. So, hopefully he gets a couple kids that he can plug right in and they can start producing for him.
Yeah. Coach, I know you're losing those 4 seniors, but it appears you only have 1 junior on this roster, and the rest are all sophomores. So you're going to be able to kind of regroup there with those sophomore kids and have them for a couple of years.
Yep. So we'll have one senior next year, Lily Keister, and then we'll have I think three girls who will be juniors next year who would have been on varsity this year, and then there's a real big sophomore class. The JV that Jim Jeffers coached. Oh gosh, I don't think they played the full 22 games because some schools don't have JVs, but I know they only lost 2. I think there were maybe 18-2. So I mean that's a pretty good group of sophomores, and there are some pretty good middle schoolers coming up. So yeah, the program is in pretty good shape. I mean, down through 5th and 6th grade, the basketball, there's some talent down there and some numbers. So it seems to be, you'd think that for the next several years, the program should be in pretty good shape. Next year, it's going to be a little different. Not the same kind of athletes, not the same skill sets. So going to have to kind of figure out, I love to do what I do, but, you're going to have to kind of figure out what is most productive for that group with their particular skill sets.
Yeah.
Any size, Coach? I know you've been dying for a 6-foot girl, please.
There is there's an 8th grader, Campbell girl, who is about as tall as Peyton, my senior.
Oh, wow.
And about 50 pounds heavier, and she's fantastic. Only problem is she plays travel hockey, so I'm not sure which way she's going to go. When she hits high school, I think she kind of has to decide. She's a fantastic athlete. She's extremely raw, but super athletic. Was the leading scorer on the JV as an 8th grader, 4 or 5 different times, and wasn't able to make it to all the practices or many of the practices because of playing travel hockey. So yeah, she's a good big player, but not sure if she'll be with us. There's another sophomore down there that is a post player that is a little bit bigger, but outside of those 2, we are just kind of average sized again, average size for the Ski Valley.
Yeah.
So again, just going to have to I gotta sit here for the next couple of weeks and kind of figure out what next year is going to look like for me. My wife retired, so we got to kind of figure out what what our lives are going to look like and where I'll be next year.
Sure.
And if it ends up I'm there at St. Mary's, it's probably not going to look the same. Just because it's a different skill set. It's we're getting back to have to kind of start over and see what suits them and what they're able to do and kind of lean into that.
Right. Well, Coach, I tell you, a class act by you sticking around on the floor and clapping for every individual of the Frankfort team when they received their trophy as the regional champs. You could have just sat there and had the team watch it or whatever, but I saw you clap for every single one of those kids. So that really showed a lot of class on your behalf.
No, thanks. But, they deserved it. I mean, those girls, they worked their tails off. I mean, they did. Coach Tim had them doing exactly what they needed to do that night to win that game. So, I'm all for the best team moving on. I don't want anything given. Everything has to be earned, and they earned it. So, they deserve to move on, and I wish them well. I know Coach fairly well. He's a great man, and a good coach. So, I wish him a lot of success this next week.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Pat, we really appreciate you joining us. Every time I text you, you're quick to respond and want to come on here, so we always appreciate you all year long.
Hey, this is the best. Like I said, this is the best part of every Saturday for me, other than when I get in the gym with my girls. After that, talking to you guys is right up there on the list. You guys do a great job. I think it's fantastic the way you cover high school sports for Northern Michigan. Gives a lot of people who are really interested in that an outlet to kind of hear about different schools that they might not have an opportunity to go see. So I really love what you guys do.
All right.
Coach, thanks so much. I hope I see you soon.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Pat. Yeah, I actually got to go up and meet Pat and introduce myself to him up
He's
there.
a great guy.
Great guy,
Yeah,
absolutely.
really is.
I'd seen him for a few years on the sideline. And
He's very funny.
Yeah.
He's very funny.
But, I mean, having a kidney stone blasted in the morning and that evening coaching in a regional championship game.
It sounded slightly ominous about whether he's going to return.
Oh, yeah.
It's none of my business.
No, but right, when family things take place and retirements take place, there's different life choices out there. And
that girls program has been rock solid.
Yes.
Even before Coach took over.
Yeah. They've been good for a long time.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they really have. So, all right. So when we come back, there's going to be an announcement for the National Guard Student Athlete of the Week. That's Colton
we'll have
Hayward
James Cook on for a couple
And then
minutes.
we're going to have James Cook from the Traverse City Record Eagle. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick, GMC in Gaylord.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. And we've hit that time of year where weather can't decide if it wants to be winter and spring. We're currently in the middle of a major warm-up. We're talking highs in the 40s and 50s across northern lower, and it's taking a serious toll on that snow base. If you're planning on squeezing in one last ride, here's the SNERT report for some of the most popular hubs. Houghton Lake and St. Helen, well, it's getting ugly out there, folks. Expect poor to marginal conditions for sleds, but get your ORV out and have a great time. The Grayling and Kalkaska trails are holding on by a thread. The woods are still covered, but it's becoming icy and sloppy. Grooming has been suspended in most spots because the ground is just too soft. The Alpine Village would be your best bet, but even there, conditions are getting slushy. High traffic areas like 7 Corridor are starting to show that wear.
Remember to ride smart, ride right, and don't leave your trash. Leave a good impression. Visit us on upnorthsportsradio.com for more information on how to ride safe.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it. When you cover a lot of ground, you need a machine that keeps up. Toro's Seamaster Series packs the power, fuel efficiency, and comfort you demand. Constructed for professional use, the Turbo Force Cutting Deck creates a faster, clear cut every time. Master any job with the power of Toro. The Toro Seamaster is available in a variety of deck sizes and special features. Head to your local Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit, or visit OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it. Your local Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store is celebrating their Detroit roots with a spectacular 313 sale. Get 31.3% off the greatest brands like Flex Steel, Cindy Crawford Home, Daniels Amish, and Drew and Jonathan Home. Gardner White is Michigan's #1 mattress store with Tempur-Pedic, Beauty Rest Block, Serta Sealy, and every other big mattress brand. Sleep better, live better. Visit your friendly Gaylord Gardner White across from Meyer. Same owners, same place. All new attitude.
Hometown feel and big-time winning. That's Saginaw Eagles Landing, the place where everyone greets you with smile after smile. In the casino, at the restaurants, or in the hotel, this is a getaway that makes you feel right at home. We've got hundreds of slots, great food, and a comfy place to stay. So come on in and see what the good times are all about. Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
Every student has the ability to succeed, but barriers can sometimes get in the way. At communities and schools in Northwest Michigan, we place caring staff directly in local schools to help students overcome challenges and realize their full potential. Help us show up for students by donating today at CISNWMI.org. Communities and schools of Northwest Michigan at CISNWMI.org.
Get into the spring swing at St. Ambrose Cellars in Beulah. St. Ambrose weekly specials give you a great reason to visit any day of the week. Monday, get a burger and a brew for just $10. Pizza Party Tuesday means every delicious and unique pie is only $14. Everyone loves Wings Wednesday, and open mic night every Thursday has become legendary. Plus, there's live music every Friday and Saturday. And if you haven't tried the Sunday Cajun Brunch, do it now. The vibe is always flowing. Check out all their events and specials at stambrose-mead-wine.com.
If adventure is calling, you might want to answer in a new Chevy. Right now at Jim Wiernig Chevrolet, get a 2026 Chevrolet Equinox EV for as little as $27,604, an all-electric SUV with an impressive range. If you want to leave the pavement behind, check out the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 regular cab work truck starting at $45,673. Already upgraded with features ready for your next off-road escape. Stop by Jim Wiernig Chevrolet in Gaylord or online at ChevyCentral.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. See dealer for all details.
The crushing industrial platinum of Filter. Friday, March 27th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort with special guests Finger 11 and Local Age. Tickets start at $43 and on sale now at the box office and etix.com. Showtime 7:30. Filter with Finger 11 and Local Age. March 27th at Soaring Eagle Casino. SoaringEagleCasino.com.
If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education or where your talents lie, the Michigan Army National Guard has most of the answers. Your participation in a few yearly training exercises will make you stronger and part of a patriotic team. You will also receive up to $50,000 in scholarships towards your education, including training and placement in exciting tech and medical fields. Build your future and support your country. Apply to miarmyguard.com. That's miarmyguard.com. It's time to announce the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com. miarmyguard.com.
It's time to celebrate the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week. Up North Sports Radio this week is honoring Colton Haverkamp of the McBain Ramblers. Congratulations, Colton. Staff Sergeant William Brown, Michigan Army National Guard recruiter for the McBain area, will be dropping by McBain High School with some National Guard swag just for you. Remember to visit miarmyguard.com to set your career in motion.
Congratulations to the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio's High School Scoreboard Show. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And joining us now is James Cook from the Traverse City Record Eagle. And James, we appreciate you stepping in here and talking about some things. We wanted to talk a little bit about some of the semifinals of the boys yesterday, but you did want to mention something about our beloved Detroit Lions and some of their free agency moves.
Yeah, I kind of, after an ECMA loss from the boys, I kind of unplugged from the rest of the boys' basketball tournament.
Yeah. So. I get it. When you cover
yeah,
them.
I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention, although I've seen some highlights, videos here and there on Twitter and stuff of people posting their various game stories and all that from other media people. But yeah, so I was kind of out of the loop on that. But yeah. The Detroit Lions have been pretty active the last couple of days, though, in re-signing some guys and adding some good depth pieces, which is, I think, what is what I expect mostly out of Brad Holmes in free agency nowadays. Anyway, he builds through the draft and then plugs holes in free agency, and some fans don't want that. They want the big splashy moves, and I keep telling them, I'm like, well, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, no.
That's not his modus operandi.
What do you think? What do you think the chances are they do make a move for like a Cam Jordan?
That's one that I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
All of us are. Feel the
we
same
think
way.
he's like the perfect fit for the Lions, and there's a little tie from the Saints with Campbell.
Yep.
So, and he looks like he still has a lot in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he had almost a career year last year, but he's been productive his whole career. I mean, he is an older guy, but he's still productive and had, I think, 10 or 11 sacks last year.
Yep. Yeah.
And is a guy who can play 3 downs too, because he's very good against the run, and has been incredibly healthy his whole career. I think he's only, as old as he is, I think he's missed one game in the NFL.
He missed 2 games his entire career, and one was for COVID.
And at a high contact position like that, that's amazing.
He's really smart,
you hear him talk, and he's
the real deal.
The reason why he won the Walter Payton Man of the Year, class act too, for sure.
And a great locker room guy as well, and a leader. He's kind of all that they would want. I think he's the guy that I really would like them to get, and I would also not be upset if they signed Calais Campbell either, who's similar. He's even older as a defensive end.
Yeah, he's 38.
But still playing a productive role. And if they sign one or two of those guys, and then draft a guy early and have them mentor that guy for a year, and plus Ahmed Hassanin, just teach some of those younger defensive ends that they hopefully get as well.
They only got 4 D linemen on the roster right now.
Yeah, there's some spots I believe there to be filled for sure.
Yeah, they've got obviously Hutchinson and Hassanin right now are, I think, technically the only defensive ends that they have on the roster, plus Lacey. I think is still on the roster. Yeah. But he's kind of a fringy guy. He was somebody they picked up from a practice squad during the season last year. So defensive tackle looks a lot more stable. I mean, you've got the 2 starters back in Tyleek Williams and Lee McNeil, and I expect Lee McNeil to play better this year than he did last year, being a full year off of that injury.
Yes. Yeah. Instead of rehabbing all off season, he could spend the time actually training, for his craft. And so, I do expect bigger things from a Lee McNeil for sure.
Yeah. And then they've got Levi back too. And they kept him around. They told his contract, which is interesting.
Anzarike, they brought him back.
Yeah. There's a weird little loophole in the NFL. The CBA rules or whatever about if you have a player on your roster that didn't play a single down and was on like the non-football injury list or the PUP list the whole year.
Right.
That if it was the last year of their contract, that you can basically take that last year of the contract and added on.
Wow.
So you basically can get that player for another year with exactly what you were paying him before.
Okay, interesting.
So they did that with Anzurike and Pascal, but they ended up cutting Pascal.
Okay.
Not too long ago, because I think there was other health concerns as
yeah.
well. But with Levi, there's not. So they got him back. He's when healthy is a very good defensive tackle who can generate some pass rush. And then they still have Mekhi Wingo too, who's fairly young and has shown flashes of being another kind of 3-technique pass rush defensive tackle.
Right.
Rich and I kind of prophesized yesterday that it seems that the Lions will see, if they stay at 17, Holmes likes to move his picks, but they don't have a lot of them.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, so if they get an offensive lineman, then they'll go immediately and get, a defensive player in free agency or vice versa. So if one of those real premium pass rushers is available at 17, they'll draft him, and then they'll look to add another offensive lineman in free agency. That's kind of the way we look at it. What do you think, James?
It could be, and the Lions are lucking out in that this draft is strong in the exact places that the Lions need.
Yeah.
So it's good in offensive tackles, and it's good in edge rushers and deep in the edge rushers. So the two big glaring needs that the Lions have are two needs that they should be able to address in the first and second round. So they could draft one or the other and kind of be picky and still have some guys left in the second round at the other position if that's the way they decide to go. They do have 9 picks in the draft, but most of them are lower picks. So they got like 3 6th-round picks or something.
Yeah.
So
no third-round pick.
No third-round pick. They got a 1, a 2, a 4.
2 fours.
2 fours, yeah.
Okay.
2 fours because they got one in the Montgomery trade.
Right.
2 5s because they got a comp pick, I think, and then like 3 6s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
and the 6th round has been money for Brad Holmes. He's had a good history of finding guys in the 6th round that are productive players. Christian Mahogany, Rodrigo, Wingo was productive before he got hurt.
I'd like it to see Mahogany actually productive. He was good as a rookie. Last year, he was very disappointing.
Yeah, he was playing hurt most of the season, too.
Yep.
He did kind of he was not as good as expected, but they have also got Frazier there to compete with him. They brought in several. They got Scruggs in the trade with Montgomery, and he can play guard as well. He's a former 2nd-round pick. They picked up Mays, the center, who's they're gonna plug right into center. He's a perfect scheme fit for them.
You got Borum.
Borum's a nice swing tackle who, if they do go somewhere else in the draft, you could start at right tackle. And, he's not going to – he started at right tackle last year for the Dolphins, which is essentially left tackle because Tua's a left-handed quarterback.
Yeah.
So, and he graded out very well. He graded out way ahead of Taylor Decker.
To me, this is where, Hank Fraley can prove that he's the best O-line coach in football if he can cobble what we've got there together and make it as effective as it was 2 years ago, because they can't run the football the way they like to, the way it's set right now, if you ask me.
Yeah, like you said, if Mahogany goes back to what he played in that limited time as a rookie when they put him in, Frazier looked pretty okay for a rookie, that hadn't really practiced very much. When they put him in, kind of threw him right in the fire. And Ratledge played really well as a rookie. So signing Mays allows them to keep Ratledge at the same spot and not have to move him to center, kind of restart with him. So, there's good things on the line. It's just a matter of cobbling it all together, especially if you're going to be moving or flipping Sewell to left.
Sewell's going to left tackle.
I would assume for sure.
I assume so too, because it's much easier to draft a right tackle.
Yes,
and plug him in than draft somebody and say you're going to play left tackle from day one.
They're paying him. He's getting paid like a left tackle.
He should play left and right tackle.
But they can't be okay. This needs to be a top 5 offensive line for the Lions to be what they want to be. It's, the middle of the pack is not going to get it done, especially in the NFC North.
Yeah.
It's not going to.
Well, and they just added Tyler Conklin yesterday in free agency too.
Saw that.
He's a very good blocking tight end, who's also a threat as a receiver. He's had a couple of 400, 500, 600 yard seasons with the Vikings.
Michigan
and Jets.
State boy. Yeah. And I was just going to say that, James, about Drew Petzing, the new offensive coordinator, loves to use tight ends. And so I would expect, either another one drafted or another free agent signing of a tight end, because he likes to run 2 and 3 tight ends.
Yeah. And so you've got Laporta, you've got Wright, you've got Conklin now, who's, he played at Northwood and CMU in college. So he's a Michigan guy. And then, I wouldn't be surprised if on day 3 they draft another tight end, somebody to have there as the fourth, and go with because you got Wright and Laporta are both coming back from major injuries.
Yeah, I know.
So you're not sure what you're going to get out of them. I mean, Laporta's had back surgery for a fractured vertebrae, and that neck injury of Brock Wright's was scary. It was one of those things where he just came straight down on his neck. It was a pretty scary looking injury. So, Conklin's a good veteran tight end who is at a minimum going to be a very good blocker for you. Yeah. And if you get him the ball out in some space, he doesn't like the space. He will find somebody to hit once he has the ball.
Right. Exactly. All right, James. Well, we do appreciate you filling in here on late notice, and appreciate your insight to the Lions free agency moves. And we'll definitely see you on down the road there, bud.
Yeah, and a couple other moves that they made too is the Isian guy. I think is a pretty good guy to have as an insurance policy for if Branch isn't back, that can play that spot in safety. And McCreary is pretty much your Amik Robertson replacement at nickelback, probably. Right. If Rakestraw isn't ready to take that job.
Jeez,
we hope to get something out of him.
We could have had Cooper DeJean. All right.
I know, jeez. I know.
With Rakestraw's not the first one. DeJean went after Rakestraw.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why they didn't take him. It's still the biggest bug. We didn't want a white DB. It's the only thing I can come up with. All right. Thanks, James.
Thanks, James.
Yep, no problem.
See you, bud. All right.
Well, perfect conversation for the high school scoreboard show.
Heck yeah.
We'll be back after these words from our fine partners.
Hey, in just a minute, thanks to Jim Wernig Chevrolet, who is out of Gaylord, for being our sponsor all year long.
If adventure is calling, you might want to answer in a new Chevy. Right now at Jim Wernig Chevrolet, get a 2026 Chevrolet Equinox EV for as little as $27,604, an all-electric SUV with impressive range. If you want to leave the pavement behind, check out the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 regular cab work truck starting at $45,673. Already upgraded with features ready for your next off-road escape. Stop by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord or online at ChevyCentral.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. See dealer for all details.
Just like Northern Michigan High School athletes, Saab relies on trust, drive, and expertise. Those are the values it takes to have a winning season, and the same values that power Saab's mission, keeping people and society safe. Hi, I'm David Howie, Project Manager for Saab in Northern Michigan. Saab is dedicated to being a responsible neighbor, a reliable employer, a steward of the environment, and a proud supporter of Northern Michigan High School athletics. Saab in Northern Michigan.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contests are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
Spice up your March with the zesty Latin menu at Benetham's. The Aztec salad and tableside flaming Mexican queso cheese make for a thrilling beginning. Perhaps a toasted coconut margarita to kick it up a notch. The shrimp flautas and Acapulco chorizo chicken are certain to delight. And if you want the best taco ever, it's Benetham's beef tenderloin tacos. Take your taste buds and visit Benethams.com.
Make your reservations today. Benethem's, for the true love of food. Olay!
Sugar Ray. The 90s are back Saturday, March 21st at Soaring Eagle. Let's take it back to the best days. Sugar Ray with special guest Soul Asylum. Tickets for Sugar Ray and Soul Asylum start at $67 and are on sale now at the box office and etix.com.
Every morning there's a halo hanging from.
Let's fly! Saturday, March 21st at Soaring Eagle. Come play with Sugar Ray and Soul Asylum. SoaringEagleCasino.com.
Here in northern Michigan, Woodhaven Log and Lumber has all the log siding, knotty pine paneling, and custom wood products to make your home the gorgeous up north refuge that you deserve. Woodhaven Log and Lumber is family owned and operated right in Mayo, and they make each order custom to your exact needs and budget. See what your dream home can look like at woodhavenlog.com. Dare to have the home you've always wanted. woodhavenlog.com.
Your land always has tough jobs in store, and you need a tractor that's always ready to take them on. Mahindra. With powerful engines, steel builds, and simple controls, Mahindra tractors work hard to make every job feel easy. And now, we're bringing you deals that work even harder. Stop by your family-owned dealer to see our full lineup and save with our hard-working deals.
Visit your Mahindra dealer at Zaremba Equipment in Gaylord or online at zarembaequipment.com or Pioneer Diesel in Traverse City or pioneerdiesel.com. See dealer for details. Program restrictions may apply.
Up North Sports Radio can help you plan your next Northern Michigan adventure. Tune in Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. to hear the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio calendar. You'll get details on some of the best live performance and community events. Go to upnorthsportsradio.com anytime to see a full calendar of events, hear the feature as a podcast, or submit your own community event. Your adventure starts with the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio calendar.
Your Gardner White Furniture Store on M33 in Gaylord is powering up WGRY, your FM home of the Pistons, the Wings, the Tigers, and U of M Sports, plus 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network. This is Up North Sports Radio.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. We're just wrapping up our final show of the season.
Final show of the season. A super big, huge, wonderful thanks to Jim Wernig Chevrolet and GMC in Gaylord for allowing us to do this. They're building a brand new GMC, standalone GMC on the property there.
I see that. Yes, very nice.
Yeah. So I think they're going to have the ribbon cutting in May.
Okay,
so,
it's moving right along.
Yep, but they have an incredible selection of Chevys and GMCs, and right now, I tell you what, leases for Chevrolet pickup trucks are outstanding.
They are.
Yeah.
They have some great offers.
Yeah, so if you're inclined to do so, check out what they've got going on at Wernig in Gaylord. And, Rich, the season goes by. It's always amazing how fast it goes by.
It really is. Yeah, we do appreciate all of our football coaches from the fall and then all of our basketball coaches that joined us all winter long, and couldn't do the show without them, so we appreciate all of them as well.
Yep. So we're going to hit the button a little bit earlier here. The Michigan-Wisconsin game will be on at noon today. And then later on we'll have the Red Wings Dallas Stars action. I believe that game is at 8 o'clock tonight.
Need a win, Wings.
So go Wings.
Go Wings.
They need a wing. They need a win badly.
They do.
All right. Thank you so much for following us all year long here on Up North Sports Radio's High School Scoreboard Show, brought to us by the Wernig Automotive Group in Gaylord.
This has been the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig GMC in Gaylord, dedicated to the best customer service and the best offers. Join us next Saturday at 10 with host Rich Calkins. Nobody loves high school sports like Up North Sports Radio.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, 101.1 WGRY, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude. Your local Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store is celebrating their Detroit roots with a spectacular 313 sale. Get 31.3% off the greatest brands like Flex Steel, Cindy Crawford Home, Daniel's Amish, and Drew and Jonathan Home. Gardner White is Michigan's